In the heart of Umuahia, tales weren't just spoken. They were carried by the wind, shared around small gatherings of people, and woven into the daily chatter of traders in the bustling markets. But there was one story that lingered longer than others, a story of love, betrayal, and the swift hand of karma. This is the story of Nzube, a man whose ambition reached beyond the skies, and Azuka, a woman whose heart was made of patience and resilience. It was at Enugu State University where fate brought Nzube and Azuka together. Nzube, studying business administration, was known for his quick thinking and charm. Azuka, an economics major, was the quiet storm, humble, intelligent, and driven. Their first meeting wasn't grand. One afternoon, Nzube found himself stuck on a complex assignment and called on Azuka for help. What started as a brief explanation turned into hours of conversation. They spoke about their dreams, their struggles, and their hopes for the future. Nzube was drawn to her kindness and depth, while Azuka admired his ambition and confidence. Before long, friendship blossomed into love. After 4 years of university life, Nzube and Azuka graduated with high honors. Nzube quickly found a job as an assistant manager at a small logistics firm, while Azuka was yet to secure a job. In their moments of struggle, their love remained strong. When Nzube finally proposed, it was with a ring he had saved for months to buy. They could not afford a white wedding, so they were married in a simple traditional ceremony, attended by family and close friends. Theirs was a union built on friendship, whispered promises, and quiet hope. Azuka, despite her first-class degree, faced constant rejection. "Why is it so hard?" she would whisper at night, her voice soft against the pillow. "I did everything right." Nzube would pull her close, brushing her hair from her face. "Be patient, Azuka. Your time will come." Months turned into years. Rejections came like raindrops in a storm, constant and unrelenting. But Azuka's spirit didn't waver. Instead, she started a small business, selling everyday household goods: soap, salt, cooking oil, and vegetables. Every morning, she would wake up before the sun, wrapped her wrapper tightly around her waist, and went to the market to restock her supplies. Nzube, seeing her efforts, was supportive at first. He even helped her set up a small stall outside their modest 2-bedroom home. Their simple life continued until one day, Nzube's dreams seemed to come true. A multinational oil company offered him a job with a 7-figure salary. It was the breakthrough he had always prayed for. At first, joy filled their home. Nzube bought them a new house in the city, a sprawling 4-bedroom duplex with polished marble floors, sparkling chandeliers, and imported furniture. He bought himself a brand new car, a sleek Mercedes-Benz that roared like thunder on the roads. Azuka, proud of his success, continued her business despite his objections. "Why are you still selling petty goods?" Nzube asked one evening as he loosened his tie, exhaustion lining on his face. "I don't want to rely on you for everything," Azuka replied softly. "I want to keep working until I find the job I deserve." Nzube chuckled but said nothing. As the months passed, the wealth began to change Nzube. The same friends who once celebrated Azuka's humility now whispered that she was too simple for a man of Nzube's new status. His co-workers, dressed in designer suits and accompanied by glamorous partners, made their subtle jokes about Azuka, and Nzube listened. With wealth came arrogance. Nzube started seeing Azuka differently. She no longer seemed to fit into his new, polished world of luxury cars, business meetings, and high-class social gatherings. Her simple dresses, her market-worn hands, and her grounded nature now embarrassed him. The disdain started with small comments. "Azuka, why do you still wear those cheap clothes? he snared one evening, scrolling through his phone as she served his favorite bitter leaf soup. "But this is the same type of fabric I've always worn," Azuka responded, her voice soft but confused. Soon, he stopped coming home early. He would leave for business trips that lasted longer than necessary, and his phone was always mysteriously switched off. Nzube's downfall began the night he attended a lavish party hosted by his company's CEO. There, amidst flowing champagne and glow of expensive chandeliers, he met Becky, a woman who oozed elegance, dressed in a silk gown, and wore jewelry that sparkled like the stars. She had the poise of royalty and the charm of a serpent. Their connection was instant, fueled by flirtatious glances and whispered conversations. Becky laughed at his jokes, admired his success, and stroked his ego in ways Azuka never did. Before long, Nzube found himself entangled in a passionate affair. Soon, Nzube's disdain for Azuka grew into an open contempt. He stopped eating her meals, criticizing her efforts, and treating her as nothing more than a shadow in the home they once built together. Azuka noticed the shift, but held on to hope, praying every night that her husband would return to the man she once knew. The ultimate betrayal came one rainy evening. As lightning cracked across the sky, Azuka confronted Nzube after overhearing whispers from neighbors about his affair. "Nzube, is it true? Are you seeing another woman?" Her voice wavered, a mix of fear and defiance in her eyes. Nzube didn't bother lying. "Yes, and I plan to marry her soon." Azuka gasped, as if she had been physically struck. "Why? After everything we've built together, after all my sacrifices, why would you do this?" His words were like poison. "Look at you, Azuka. Do you really think you fit into my class anymore? Becky is everything you are not. Elegant, refined, and sophisticated." Azuka fell on her knees, tears streaming down her face. "Please, Nzube, think of our children. Think of the love we shared." But Nzube laughed coldly. "You've done nothing but taint my image with your market woman attitude. I deserve better." Within weeks, he married Becky in a flashy ceremony. They had the white wedding that Nzube did not have with Azuka, making Becky his legitimate wife before the civil law. 2 years passed. Life with Becky was not the fairy tale Nzube had imagined. Though the mansion was grand and his car collection had expanded, the house felt cold and empty. One day, while rummaging through Becky's bathroom drawers, Nzube stumbled upon a pack of contraceptives. His heart sank. "Becky, what is this?" he demanded. Becky's face remained indifferent. "I'm not ready for children, Nzube. You tricked me. I left my family for you." "I never asked you to leave your family," she said with a smug smile. "That was your choice." As months turned into years, Becky's hold over Nzube tightened. He became a shadow of himself, his wealth no longer bringing him joy. Every attempt to regain control in his house was met with icy indifference and biting sarcasm. Meanwhile, Azuka struggled to feed her children. She returned to the market, selling her goods under the hot sun, while her heart silently bled. One fateful evening, Nzube returned home to an empty house. Becky had vanished, her clothes, her jewelries, everything gone without a trace. His calls went unanswered, and his friends turned away from him, unwilling to be associated with his public humiliation. A few days later, strangers arrived at his gate with an eviction notice. Confused and angry, Nzube protested. "This house is mine. I bought it with my hard-earned money." But when they presented documents of ownership, everything was in Becky's name. Apparently, Becky changed the name on all his documents to her own and sold the house to another person. The woman he had left his family for had sold the house behind his back. By the end of the week, Nzube was homeless. Swallowed by shame, Nzube had nowhere else to turn. His footsteps led him back to Azuka. He returned to Azuka and his children, having faced the downfall that followed his poor choices. As Nzube knocked on the door, Azuka answered, her eyes cold and distant. Nzube, what are you doing here? Please, I have nowhere else to go. Becky betrayed me, Nzube said. So you are only here because she left you? Azuka's voice dripped with bitterness. I've made mistakes, Nzube responded. I abandoned you and the children, and I am sorry. For months, Nzube lived as an outcast in his own family, sleeping on the living room, eating whatever scraps Azuka gave him. But slowly, his genuine remorse softened Azuka's heart. Over time, trust was rebuilt. 1 year later, news swept through the town like wildfire. Azuka had been arrested for committing large-scale fraud against multiple businessmen. The elegant siren was sentenced to a long prison term. Nzube watched the news with a heavy heart. He had lost everything chasing empty beauty and status. With time, Nzube found work again. Now, Nzube learned to appreciate small things. Azuka's gentle laughter, his children's innocent joy and simple beauty made him feel fulfilled. Azuka found it in her heart to forgive him completely. With Nzube's help, Azuka expanded her business and began to trade on very high scale. Their love, though scarred, became stronger, proof that even after the deepest betrayals, redemption was possible if one had the courage to seek forgiveness and change. And so, Nzube's story became a lesson told in hushed tones in the whole of Umuahia. Pride goes before a fall, but humility can raise even the most broken man. This is the end of the story. I hope you enjoyed it. Please share your thoughts in the comment section. What do you have to say? If you were Azuka, would you forgive Nzube? Or do you have excuses for Nzube for wanting a woman that measured up to his status? Tell us what you think in the comment section. And I want to appreciate all our subscribers. Your subscription and support makes us go far, and we appreciate it. Please, if you have not subscribed to our channel, please do well to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. One more important thing, and it will definitely not cost you anything. Can you like this video and share it with someone? It helps our channel grow as well. Thank you very much, and thank you for all the support. I wish you well in all you do. And until the next video, bye-bye.